Hello, and welcome to Orion Spear Point. Um, and happy Eclipse Eve, New Moon Eve, changing of the seasons. It's a big weekend, so happy adventures. And I give that to you. So on Monday, I will put the link below, but I'm doing a live, just an hour live. Show up if you feel the call, and it's just going to be some Equinox preparation. So a lot of energy is going to open up with that, and it could be anything. You know, lives are beautiful. You can sit down and chat, whatever comes in, but there'll be some preparation for that as the opening the door before the eclipse, or not the eclipse, excuse me, the equinox. But so I'll link that down below. It'll be 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And how are you doing? That is quite a beautiful time to be. And everything is, there's so much movement in so many different areas. And and I opened up the session for what is it, the connection diagnosis. And after doing a couple of those, it's quite very fun energy. So if you feel called, you can look at my sessions. So, anyways, getting to another physical integration. This has been a lot of quite quite the energy. So we'll do another one of those. This is gonna be fun. So without further ado, so this is going to be the physical integration tending to your garden. So and the expansion of your fields. Oh, so dancing into the physical. It's always so much fun. So, like we said in the last one, it's the subtleties. So, the kickoff is kind of like every single moment is holding love and and realizing that it's always present. So that's the first thing. So, and now it is the plugging into where your life is. So when you have these, as the soul comes and dances into the physical, so the actual integration point, your physical environment becomes very interesting to watch and the reflections there. And I think I said something in the last one that why we're doing this video is the clarification on it, because it was like, okay, the physical environment is the reflections, but it's also seeing, okay, it doesn't match. Can those two statements be true? So you have your soul point and the connection to the divine in every single moment. So that is your circuit. And then when you see your physical environment, if it hasn't been running the same energy, then that's the disconnect. However, the reflections are all the points that need to be worked on, and they're reflected within. So that's the beautiful part of it. So this is going to be your physical world environment. And this is like when we talk about cleaning a space, yes, we can sage it. We can do light energy. We can rebalance a room and clear out the space and like really get that. And that is very important. That's a part. So this is like your entire field of how you engage throughout the day. So your life stream. That's what I would call the physical environment, is how it's when you're dancing into the physical. So your day, how you live, how life comes to meet you. So this is like reflected in your job, your work, your relationships, your family dynamics, your friendships, your romantic relationships, how your car's running, your room, your home, your bedroom, the way your bed is operating. Like it's all those nitty little details. But tending to the garden is actually seeing how the entire thing is like orbiting. Where's the circuit? Can it run? Because you can have this charge and this connection, and then it's holding that, and it can feel like you're in the eye of the storm with waves just crashing into you. And you're just like, man, I'm just got to hold this. And it's taken everything I've got. And this is like, the more you can hold it, the more things start to build your field and how strong it can become. And then it's watching how things start to orbit, um, build. There's the right word. So when we're going about our day, or just in the day to day, right? The physical integration points. If we have chores or interactions or stuff like that, and it feels like a weight, then it's like, it's an opportunity to look at it. Just like, why does this feel like a weight? And it is all those points where just like, what have we accepted? And in some ways, that's the stress as well. So, what have we accepted as weight to carry and go throughout? So, we have chores to do, but it is literally a practice of living. So if it's not true engagement, then it's just like, there's some of the resentful energy that's in the background. That's the reflection. That's what's being shown. Be like, man, I don't want to do this, but I guess I have to. Just like, we have those things where it's kind of like, that's the discipline energy, right? It's like, okay, well, I don't really want to do this right now, but I'll know I'll be better afterwards. And I would say that's different energy, because that is like a self initiation of the buildup of not wanting to do something and doing it. The overextent and the unbalanced of it is that when it becomes so much more, it's just like, where's the love? How is your life not showing and erupting in that? And where is your engagement? Because your engagement, your focus, where you put your energy, is where you put your love. It's where you put your focus. And all these threads that we have in our life are actually showing where our life force is going. And the more we become physically integrated with who we really are, that soul integration, that physical integration, the more those become vividly apparent. So it can be family dynamics or the weight, and it is showing the purge, the fire energy, but it requires you to hold that. Where are you going to go? Where's your focus? Are you going to hold that connection to divine, to your soul source, and have that circulation? Or is it going to continue in this dynamic for X, Y, and Z? Because we can have all these reasons. It's just like, well, I need to be here for this or this or this. And it's not actually making an action point in the physical. It's showing where our energy is and then our response to it. So the physical integration is getting in every single moment and seeing where we're bouncing out. So if you wake up in the day and just be like, okay, well, I'm going to bounce out of true integration and truly being here. I'm going to step out for a while so that I can do these chores or do this, or interact with this person, or I can't really talk my true self with this person, or I've just got to work on my car and I can't really hold that energy. So I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to step out and then just crank and change my oil, right? It's showing where we're actually stepping out. And just be like, so the opportunity is to step back in and be like, why can't I hold this energy here? Because that's the fact of reality, that you can hold it anywhere. So if you really have that in you, it's just like, I can't hold it here. So I'm going to step out of this divine connection to love itself, to my own soul source, to that really heavenly energy that's always present in every single moment. Just like, okay, so then our reality is not quite matching up. And we have accepted a compromise where it's not part of the day to day. And it's just like, okay, but it is there in every single moment. And so if you turn towards it and hold it, and be like, what does that feel like? How does that engagement change? Because you can start to see little things start to demand our attention. It might be reframing how we talk to somebody. It might be going into work in a different way. Using a job as an example, if you go into work and it's like that, it is walking into an entirely different environment. So you have a different expression. Just be like, can you hold it there? Where is it? And then watching when you step and engage in the stress of the day, of being like, man, I've got all these reports to do for my job, to do for my boss, and they have to get done by this time. And there's a crunch time, and I have to engage. And I have to put my energy here. This is how I make a living. Just like it's not criticizing and burn it all to the ground. It's actually the opportunity to hold it even there because it's harmonious. If you weren't meant to be where you are, you wouldn't be there. So engage in it. Like that's the physical integration is actually engaging. So like you're bringing the love, the joy, the passion into everything. Cultivating your garden, like it's just like that's the love. It's your life. It's like, oh, it's your being. You're here. You're a spark of divine. And it's cultivating in every single moment of engaging in every millisecond of the day as a gift, but also as your engagement with it. It's married, it's the integration to it. And of course, we feel sadness. Of course, we have these really stressful moments, these traumatic events. Everything can come up, but even then, it's the opportunity, it's the challenge to engage fully. And so when you feel the weight and like oh, fuck, I just got to do this. And I'm just going to plug along because if I can just complete it, then I can, like, it's done. It's off my plate. Okay, I can come back. While you're doing it, can you hold that love? And can you really be excited for it? Because it's just like things get thrown in our way that we have no control over. That's life, right? And instead of looking at it as an impasse, as truly an exciting kind of like, oh, what does this is going to be fun. So that's where you get to have the laughter and be like, oh, this is going to be different. What does this mean? If your car breaks down on the side of the road, it's just like, okay, like this is going to be fun. This is obviously a challenge. And it's very hard for me to hold the love in this moment. Okay, it's a challenge. Let's see if I can do it. Where is the gift? Why is this happening? What is the right way to handle this? And then it's like meeting it and flowing. And as you do that, it is an engagement, and then you get to build your energy a little bit more. At first, it can feel like the whole weight is on top of you because you are the seed underneath all this weight. And it is the activation of it. And just seeing, I was like, okay, well, all of this has to harmonize. This is my life. This is my expression. This is coming into the world. So it's breaking up that energy. So it's kind of like it can be that reflection. But when you feel that really rock hard weight pulling you down just to live, to breathe, that's showing the relationship that is hard, that is like the tether down, that's holding you from being who you really are. And you're just like, and it's looking at it. Okay, it needs to harmonize. It needs to be relooked at and worked on. So that is a clear connection. It can be with anything. So using myself as an example, one is like dishes. I hate dishes with such a passion. It's a relationship. It's in my life. It's a duty. It's a chore. And my reflection into that is just like, man, I really don't like this. Like, okay. So I have to harmonize that. Be like, when I'm doing dishes, it's just like, okay, can I hold the love here? Can I listen? Be like, it's time to do dishes. I really don't want to do it. It's just like, that's the weight. Be like, I'm going to do dishes in the sun or do something like that. Right. And it is a way to look at that relationship. And it's like I'm resenting something. So how can I engage fully in it, in love? And be like, okay, what's the way we do about this? Because my whole relationship to it has to be worked from start to finish on reworking every single part of it. Okay, Connor's going to do dishes. Okay, Connor's going to do dishes. I'm going to hold love. And then the scrubbing can even be the scrubbing of my own self. Be like, ooh, and seeing the meal and all that kind of stuff and integrating it. Be like, oh man, really is. And then interacting with the water and cleaning, and start to engage into that and get that momentum build with that real true life force as you start to touch every ounce of your physical life stream and every single point of it, because that's what you're doing. You're tending to your garden so that your love is touching every ounce of your life, every engagement, every footstep starts to touch, every drip of water, every drink of water, every breath. It's like that's the subtleties of dancing into the physical. It's a lot of it's a lot of dedication, but that's actually what it takes to dance into the physical world with all your energy. Is like it's in the real subtle moments. It's where the real gold is. So tending to your garden is like expanding your field in every single moment. Being like, whoa, my field is here right now because all this weight around me. I'm gonna work, just hold this because this is the gold. This is my connection to heaven, and I am breathing that. And then I get to build a little bit more. Where's the engagement into life? And a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. But it's not a point of focus. Point of focus is like engaging in every single moment with your true life and the love of it. It's just like, yes, there are hard things. There are incredible things that come meet us in the day to day. And the weight and the feeling of it. And it's just, and it can be very painful to come alive to how your life is. Draining relationships where your life has been focused, not knowing how this all works or even seeing it. But if you step out and being like, man, that's when you step out and you can just note it and be like, I can't. I'm too stressed out. I'm too this. Like it's really just weighing on me. And then you just notate it. Be like, I stepped out. Got it. I don't really love this part of my life. Perfect. Stay there. Be like, okay, that's where I stepped out. And then it's nutrition. Because you're just like, I stepped out here in this moment. I'm going to take a moment, come back to my soul and my engagement to my life, go back to the mother, feel it, come back, and then refocus. But building and tending to your garden, and it's feeling it and then not dismissing the points that we have, where the resentment is, where the stepping out is in every single moment. And it's like really true engagement. So that's what it is actually engagement and building the field. So you're building your soul interaction into the physical, and your reality starts to change the more and more and bigger and bigger and bigger it gets, because it's the expression of love. This is fun. So, so with that, we'll close it up here and see what comes after. And in this time of big astrological changes and just energetic beauty, I give you love. May you shine bright. May your garden blossom with your light shining on it and your huge soul stream that is you. Take care.